We're all going to emerge from this as better people, stronger people, happier people.
Yes, that is exactly right. Emotional damage is just the friends that we made along the way. All right, so we have Bee Dozer, and they're going up against Komodo.
7,
Komodo
6,
making its
5, 4,
debut
3, 2,
after,
1.
Fight, robots, fight!
And Komodo is the
horizontal undercutter spinner now. It was a mid-cutter spinner last time that we saw it. He has now changed that to be an undercutter design. He has also improved the rigidity of that front connection plate between the weapon and the actual bot body. Look at the speed on Komodo right now, actually driving circles around Bee Dozer.
Wow, wow.
Komodo is a bot designed to take on bots like Bee Dozer. It wants those vertical spinners. It wants those drum bots. It wants to get up on their sides, cut their wheels apart, and shred their internals.
I mean, that's the thing about building the meta is eventually people are going to build against the meta to beat the meta.
Yes, and you see a lot of bots now coming in with similar designs. Johnny Soonpass and Spartan have a very similar design ethic to, I think, Miles here. I'd love to see those two bots go up against each other, honestly. They're both just amazingly good drivers. This is Miles' second tournament ever in any robot combat competition.
Incredible.
He has never built a combat robot before. Earlier this year for our first-time builders competition, our new design competition. So it is amazing to see him here doing this work. The improvements on his bot seem to be working flawlessly right now.
Even though he's driving upside down, it does not appear to be holding him back at all.
Absolutely not. No, he does look like he's lost one of his wedge lifts on the back, which is part of his strategy, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him now. He got backed into a corner. He was able to wiggle his way out of it. Bee Dozer does seem to have impeded drive on one side. Perhaps Miles was able to cut away some of those wheels.
Oh, it looks like maybe a belt or just
that looks like a floppy belt coming out of Bee Dozer. That's supposed to be on the bot.
You don't want a floppy belt.
No way, no way. So yeah, look at that. Miles' weapon working flawlessly. He's not able to self-right, but he doesn't really need it right now.
No.
That weapon height is beautiful for chopping away at those wheels and the different side components of Bee Dozer. Really impressive work.
The match is 5 seconds from ending, so we're going to have to go to the judges on this one.
Yeah, I got to say, though, I think that, Bee Dozer had its moments in this fight. This is definitely going to go the way of Miles. At least I'd hope so.
I would think so.
He did a phenomenal job. He told me he was very nervous about today. He was at that experimental bots competition. He was with all these people that were bringing their first designs or new designs. And he did really, really well, and he was worried that that was a fluke. And I can tell you right now, Miles.
Not a fluke.
Not a fluke, buddy. You just did a phenomenal job against the top-notch competitor. Really.
Knockout.
Hashtag not a fluke.
Hashtag not
The
a fluke.
winner is
anytime you're going
the robot in the red square.
You do that well, you're doing fine, buddy. You're doing just fine.
Now that is the first loss of the day for Bee Dozer.
That's exactly right.
So it will be going on to the elimination bracket, and Komodo will be proceeding.
Red Hawk X from Mark Bellinger facing off against Komodo. Bellinger. I keep saying it wrong. Bellinger. Here we go. Okay.
So the builder of Komodo, Miles Sims, he's an engineer, and this counts as a fun fact, does design aircraft seats.
Yeah, exactly. I was talking to him. He recently got a new job, but he's still designing aircraft interiors. He moved recently to Georgia, to Atlanta. And, it's a big airplane hub.
I was going to say, I think they have Boeing plants down there.
Yep. And I guess if you've ever sat in an uncomfortable super economy seat, just write an email here to Miles.
Next in Cage 3, Red Hawk X versus Komodo.
All right.
8.
Now,
7,
interestingly, Komodo
6,
is inspired by Minimizer.
3,
We're going to basically see 2 back-to-back fights with this robot design.
Fight.
Pretty amazing.
Interesting. Now you can see Komodo has taken a little bit of a different approach with this.
Big hit there.
The front wedge is just gone from Komodo.
Wow. Yes. Red Hawk X.
Oh, and you notice the strategy change here. After that wedge has been removed, Komodo is going on full weapon-to-weapon in every hit.
This is one of the things that I really like about this whip around design. You can have it both ways. You can start with that big chunky plow, but you can turn yourself into a conventional horizontal if for some reason, and look at that!
Red Hawk X down a wheel
from Red Hawk. Mark Belanger here has considerably less mobility. Miles Sim just going, doing circles here around his opponent, trying to rip off that other wheel. Komodo is doing great.
Really amazing, the driving coming out of Komodo right now.
Wow, look at that. Getting under Red Hawk X once again. Cutting away at that wheel. You can see that bumping motion there on the left-hand side of Red Hawk X. Wow. I thought that I saw a belt go flying, and I think it may have been a belt from Komodo.
I do see the Komodo weapon slowing down.
Look at this, Komodo pushing Red Hawk X up against the rail.
And it's switched back again now to using the rear end of this robot to control the match.
Now with a minute left, really all that Miles has to do is basically stay alive here. Although I suppose, well,
I don't know, a weapon going
wheels.
down, a plow being
true.
ripped off, that's a substantial amount of damage.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. This is considerably closer than it seems here.
That said, the ability to control using just the decapitated face of your robot.
Right.
That's on display here.
Miles is certainly dictating the pace of this fight.
Absolutely.
30 seconds left here in this this fight. Miles just taking us on a little cross-country tour here.
Yeah, we're going around town.
Yeah, going to the pink corner, going to the blue corner, landing inside of a pin. That's not great. 10 seconds left. Both of these robots have escaped the countout. Looks like Mark is just sluggishly there in the blue corner. 5 seconds here.
Oh, and a belt? A belt from earlier, I believe.
All right, that is the match. This one will go to the judges. Brett very helpfully pushing over the plow from Komodo. Now, I will say, one of the kind of interesting things about Miles's line of work. Oh, here, let's take a look here at this replay. Wow, ripping off that plow very early in this match, but Komodo returned it with a ripped off wheel, then went to work just eating away at the bottom of the other remaining wheel, and really slowing down Red Hawk.
Komodo.
We're going to go to cage 3 now.
Polywog.
Wow. All right. So this is going to be a big test for Miles and Komodo. They're going up against former champion Polywog.
8, 7,
and David Jin.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fight, robots, fight.
This is the second version of Komodo. Miles competed with Komodo earlier this year at our experimental robots event. He did very, very well. This is his first time at a normal tournament going up against our normal array of very competitive bots. He was worried about how well he would do, and here he is holding his own with David Jin and Polywog.
Polywog, a hard robot to hold your own against, so that is saying something. Woo, big sparks there.
Yeah, that was a strategy perfectly implemented by Komodo right there. Love that side spin into the front face of Polywog.
Yeah, he couldn't have planned that better if he tried. Kyle, you can see when these two robots collide, there are puffs of smoke. Wow!
Wow. Both of them launched end over end at each in opposite diagonal corners of the box.
Just an incredible amount of energy here.
Now trying to get their bearings before they come in for more of an attack. You can see Miles and Komodo trying to find an angle that does not go straight into that weapon on Polywog. That drum is small, but extremely powerful.
Very powerful, very fast. Oh, you can see bits of Polywog's wheels are now becoming ablated, just disintegrating on impact. This is showing you Komodo's able to get around to the sides, get under that robot, do the damage that it really wants to do.
Just impressive driving from Miles and Komodo. You don't see people literally going circles around David Jin often.
No, David is a fierce competitor, driving circles around someone with his level of experience. Really impressive.
You see the bots locked in a deadly embrace. Komodo grinding away at the back plate of Polywog.
Wow,
nice
big hit there. Oh, and I see Polywog now not only missing tires, but struggling to move those tires at all. They are jammed up. So it is gyroing. It is one wheel walking its way to its opponent. Komodo now just barely driving. Only one wheel functioning. Weapon down entirely. Those big hits are not free, Kyle.
No, not at all. You're doing so much damage to your own internals every single time.
This fight is going to go to the judges, and it is going to be a really interesting decision.
Yeah, you got to judge the entirety of the fight, not just the end there. But oof, you also don't want to end the fight in that condition.
No, that is not an impression to leave the judges with if you can possibly avoid it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and look at a little bit of this replay here. Massive hits from both these bots. Excellent driving from both these bots. In a way, I think some of this just came down to experience. David knows how to put his bot together to survive just a few more things than perhaps Miles does.
Right.
In the meantime,
we're going over to Cage 6, and we have Komodo loaded in against Stoneforge. All right, the box is locked and loaded in. You see Komodo there in the pink corner.
It's got two little hooks on the front.
Now Komodo, I believe he comes up from.
Oh wow!
I think he comes up from maybe.
Oh my God! Komodo just flew.
Well, it is a Komodo dragon.
True. It's in its DNA. So is Komodo's weapon on the back?
Yeah, so this is one of those kind of elongated designs where you have a horizontal spinner, but you're able to, like, with that two-wheel design, bring that back horizontal around to the front and hit different parts of a bot that you wouldn't normally be able to. Look at that horizontal literally sunk into that plywood. Oh my goodness. Wow, it is like, it is deep.
I love that angle of the camera. Wow.
Yeah, the Bart cam.
If Komodo's got wings, it needs it now.
Yeah, he needs to get out of that corner. That is not where you want to be.
It's quite interesting. All these bots that have such a low vertical, area space, they can have so much power.
Yeah, I mean, you, especially with verts, right?
Yeah.
When a vertical, normally a vertical is spinning up, right? Because think about it, if it was spinning down and you hit the top of a bot, the energy displaced is going to go into that other bot, but a lot of it is going to blow back into your bot because the other bot can't go anywhere, so you would kind of shoot up. So a lot of verts, they want to have a low game, and they want to pop and get under you so that they can hit you up, because then you're the one grounded.
Yeah. Absolutely. Komodo's still got life in it, though.
Komodo's just a really well-built bot. I love it. Definitely one of my favorite bots here in this weight class.
I gotta say that I think the gyros are just so effective.
Yeah, it's cool, right? So some bots kind of, they not only, try to capitalize on having a weapon that has a ton of that, that energy stored up in it, but then they use that energy to help their maneuverability. They actually use the gyro from their weapon to like turn on a dime, or sometimes you see a lot of egg beaters and drums especially that have all of that stored up kinetic energy, and they're able to kind of wield that around, and they can do really interesting maneuverability, which makes it really difficult for your opponents to plan an effective strategy against you. We have a few seconds left in this match.
A lot of sparks coming out, head-to-head collisions. I think both are looking for their shot. Little tango.
Looks like, the belt is off of Komodo. Stoneforge is still got its vert up to full speed. They're having a little bit of drive issue on their right side. All right, and we're gonna go to the judges for this one while they deliberate.
All right, so the winner of this fight is going to fight the Casmers in Flip and Cut or Ablation Retro, while the loser is eliminated.
Wow, yeah, those Casmers are working hard up there trying to get Flip and Cut back up and operational.
Next in Cage 2, Chubby Unicorn versus Komodo.
Komodo here and Miles Sims, this very cool robot. You can see he's put forks on the front of Komodo here for this fight. Really wants to get under Chubby Unicorn. Meanwhile, Chubby Unicorn's running a plow here, and a horizontal killing plow.
Downright necessary when you're facing a bot as powerful as Komodo.
Oh, and it worked there. Komodo going skipping across the box, getting wedged behind Brett. Komodo deciding to go weapon first in this fight, abandoning those forks on the back of the robot. I'm looking for that whip around. Here we go.
Nasty.
Big hit, and Chubby Unicorn is on its head. Miles Sim is still alive. Komodo is still running.
Running upside down, but still fully functional. Now put Chubby Unicorn up on their head. Tim Hibbert doing everything he possibly can to get it back. There he goes. It's ready to go.
2 minutes left here in this fight. And it looks like the weapon on Komodo has gone down. You can still hear the weapon on Chubby Unicorn running just great in the box.
The forks on Komodo doing a wonderful job getting underneath Chubby Unicorn. That's one of the challenges of fighting a bot like Komodo. You have to deal with that horizontal spinner in the front, but you also have to deal with those really sharp forks in the back that are able to get underneath the plow you would normally put on to defend against.
This is a good 10-second pin here.
Pinner.
Komodo needs to release. Chubby Unicorn is now free. See if Chubby Unicorn can continue to rack up damage points. He's already killed the weapon here on Komodo. Can he rip off a tire? Can he attack one of these forks? Can he rip off a fork?
He's trying to get through the forks in the back. He's really struggling with it. Tim Hibbert is doing an excellent job controlling the pace of the fight at this point, though.
And look at that. I think one of the forks on Komodo is gone. Tiny bit more damage. 50 seconds left here in this fight.
Nice.
Big pop in the air on Komodo.
Without that fork, they're really going to be able to get a lot more hits on the backside of Komodo.
30 seconds left here in this fight. Tim here is really dominating the back half, landing a really good pin, continuing to rack up damage points. This is an elimination bracket fight. Tim is perhaps 15 seconds away from eliminating Miles from this competition. Now, Miles has already qualified for the championship. We will see him next month, but it looks like this could be the last fight of the day for Komodo.
Well, he's had a phenomenal run today. This is definitely not a bad way to go out.
Absolutely. Elimination bracket, round 8. A very long day indeed.
Extremely long day. He sent David Jin, and he sent David Jin to the elimination bracket earlier today.
Yeah.
Absolutely mind-blowing performance from Miles.
Yeah.
He is so good.
Yeah.
He's just so good at this sport. I am very impressed with his work today. So
he's got the precision of an airplane interior designer, you know?
You know, yeah.
Yeah, an interior engineer.
You're trying to figure out exactly how much leg room you can squeeze out of each row of chairs. He's very good at it.
Yeah, you know, we got to keep the profit margins high for the owner class. There we go. You know?